this Pokemon V might secretly be busted. Roll the intro. What is going on, everybody? Hitmonchanning here, back again with another Pokemon trading card game online deck tech, and today I wanted to cover Rotom V. Rotom V actually placed decently well at a tournament not too long ago. I think it got 8th place or top 8 or something like that, and ever since then I've been thinking, you know, maybe Rotom V is not as bad as we thought. I mean, it has a really interesting ability. Instant Charge is kind of like Intrepid Sword. Scrap Short is an interesting attack, has the potential to do a lot of damage, so why don't we revisit this card? And this is the list I came up with, and I must say, it is actually very, very strong. So we're gonna get right into it over here. Rotom V, Lightning type Pokemon, 190 HP. A little low in the HP, but it's got really good typing for Palkia V-Star matchups and such. The ability Instant Charge, like I said, is just Intrepid Sword, but you don't attach energy, so you just draw 3 cards and your turn ends. Pretty straightforward. Very good if you're going first. Like, what's more to say? It has the attack Scrap Short for 2 lightning energy, 40 plus, and then you can put any number of Pokemon tool cards from your discard pile into the Lost Zone, and this attack does 40 more damage for each card you put in the Lost Zone in this way. So you can put a bunch of Pokemon tools from your discard in the Lost Zone, and Scrap Short can just do a bunch of damage. Now, how are we going to get there? Well, there's a couple of things that we need to know. The first thing is our engine is actually the Electrode Buzzap Generator engine. You can KO Electrode and then search your deck for 2 lightning energy cards and attach them to your lightning Pokemon. And then Electrode gets knocked out, but that's actually okay for a number of reasons. One, we can attach any of our tool cards here to Electrode, so when it gets knocked out, it can actually put tools in the discard pile. The other thing is that that extra KO gets us one step closer to being able to Roxanne our opponent, which is very, very cool. If you don't know Roxanne, you can only play this if your opponent has 3 or less prize cards remaining. You shuffle your hand into your deck, you draw 6, your opponent shuffles the hand into their deck, they draw 2. Very, very powerful card when used in the right hands. Now, the rest of this deck is pretty straightforward. We use Electrode to power up Rotom, and then to put tool cards in our discard pile, we use stuff like Quick Ball, we use things like Ultra Ball, we play 4 and 4 of those. We can use Galarian Articuno's Reconstitute ability to discard 2 cards from our hand and draw a card, a nice little consistency boost there. But we can also use the most interesting part of this whole deck. I got this idea from the list that won the championship, or that won the tournament, or not won, but placed well, you know what I mean, in that tournament, which is Tower of Darkness. This card reads, you can discard a single strike card from your hand and draw 2 cards. And now what single strike card are we going to discard? Single strike Pokemon tool cards. So we have a lot of Pokemon tool cards here. We actually have 10, I believe. Yeah, we have 10 Pokemon tool cards that are single strike. We have a lot more tools. We have, I think we have, what, 17? Yeah, we have 17 tools in total, 10 of which are single strike ones. So you can literally play down this Tower of Darkness, discard Pokemon tool card that you don't have a use for, and then draw 2 cards. So that's basically our draw engine for this deck. Other than that, we got some speed lightning to help us draw more cards. We have 5 normal lightning energy. We have 4 research, 2 boss, 2 Roxanne. We have Crobat to help us draw cards too in the early game, as well as Lumineon to help us find our boss and Roxanne when we need them. I played this list with Lumineon, and then I tested it without, and then I decided to put it back in because Lumineon is very, very good in this deck because your deck relies a lot on getting the boss or getting the Roxanne at the right time, and Lumineon just guarantees that. Now, you might have noticed I have not mentioned Porygon 2 just yet. Well, I wanted to wait, and then I'm going to mention it now after I went through the rest of the deck. Porygon 2 has the Garbage Attack. It's just called Garbage Attack for 20 times and does 20 damage for each of your and your opponent's Pokemon tool cards in the Lost Zone. So very, very good synergy with Rotom V right here. You can basically just put a bunch of tools in the discard and then put them in the Lost Zone and then continue to attack for big damage with Porygon 2. Now, there is a Rotom V-Star, but that is not out in the rest of the world yet. It's only out in Japan, I believe. We are going to be getting it here in North America in the fall, in our fall set, Silver Tempest, I think that's where we're getting it, or we're getting it in some, like, promotional box or something like that. But we will be getting it relatively soon, rest assured. And basically what you can do instead is you can put those Rotom V-Stars in place of the Porygon 2, or maybe you can find some other cards you want to take out. But that is basically the list. semi-straightforward, very, very interesting, what's it called? Very, very interesting way to play this deck, but I think it's a lot of fun, and it is really strong. So without any further ado, let's hop into some games and see if Rotom can get us some wins. Some wins. See if Rotom can get us some wins. My opponent calling the coin flip. Tails has failed us once again. Oh man, oh, they're actually gonna let us go first though. You know what? Okay, I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. If we can get another basic Pokemon down, I'll be very, very content with that, I will say. It's very possible. I think we can do it. I really think we can do it. So we're going to put Rotom V up there. We have some draw at our potential with the Speed Lightning Energy and our draw for turn. So we'll see what my opponent does. Probably a Lost Zone deck. Oh, it's the Regi's deck. Interesting. And we actually do get the Ultra Ball to find a basic Pokemon. And get the Rotom and the Quick Ball. What? How could you not love this? How could you not love this? So we're going to grab Voltorb here. And I'm debating playing this Ultra Ball to grab another Voltorb. Because, hey, our opponent might just target down our Voltorb. I mean, but I don't think we need it that badly. So you know what? I'm just going to Instant Charge, draw 3 cards, and that'll just be the turn. Pretty good draw if I do say so myself, because we have the Tower of Darkness in our hand. Now let's see if my opponent can take a KO here. I don't actually think, oh, if they use Regirock, they can. Okay. So that's what we're going to be looking out for here. Battle VIP, they're going to have just all Regis in play at once on their first turn. Very interesting. Might be a bit challenging for us, I will say. However, we might just be able to pull off this KO here, depending on what my opponent does. They're going to attach to Regigigas. Pretty interesting play, if I do say so myself. Regigigas can also be a bit of a threat, though, because plus a Choice Belt and some other damage from, like, Regilecky, they can knock out our Rotom V with Gigaton Break. So we'll see what they do here. I mean, they just drew into a hand of 4. They might not have much else to go with, though. And we're actually okay, because all we need to KO this Regidrago is 3 tools in the Lost Zone. So I'm not too upset about that. We can easily achieve that. My opponent can grab another Regirock out of their deck and might just pass it on over to us. And that's exactly what they're going to do. So being able to target down their Regirock would be very good. However, I don't think we can do that. So we're just going to play our Electrode, play our Rotom. We can actually use Stormy Mountains, grab another Voltorb, put that fella onto the bench. And we're going to put down Tower of Darkness, discard to draw 2. We get Crobat. I don't know if I want to use that just yet, though. I'm definitely going to attach. We have 3. No, we need to get 1 more. So we will Ultra Ball here. Get rid of these guys. I mean, we could grab Lumineon for boss, but they have the other Regirock in their hand. We could try and take out Regigigas, though. Is that worth it? To take out Regigigas, what do we need? We need 4 energy. No, 3. Right? 3 tools. Yeah, we need 3 tools, which I think we have in the discard. We have 3 tools in the discard, so I think we can target down Regigigas here. Might be the optimal play. We will use our good friend the fish. Find boss. And we can boss his orders, right? Because we just need to do 160. Yeah, we can do this. We can absolutely do this. We can bring up Regigigas and scrap short 3 Pokemon tools in the discard. Goodbye, Regigigas. And we're going to take the first knockout of the game here, drawing ourselves 1 prize card. Single Strike Scroll of Piercing. Very, very good. Now, it would be awesome if Rotom was a Single Strike Pokemon and could use the Single Strike Scrolls, but unfortunately it can't. Now, my opponent's going to have a really good hand here, and we've put him in a difficult spot because if they want to utilize like a research or something, they have to discard their other Regirock, or they can play it but opt to not, get space for their Regigigas. So it's up to them. They're going to attach a powerful energy. They're going to scoop up. So they're really trying to thin down their hand here for the Dragon's Horde ability to draw 3 more cards until they have a hand of 4. It's possible, hey, it's possible my opponent can get the knockout, but they don't have the sufficient energy to power up Regirock's attack. So we'll have to see what they do here. They need to find Regigigas, the right amount of energy, and a way to discard. So they're going to opt to put another Regidrago on the bench, and that's going to be it. So I'm pretty happy with that result, I will say. Now we just need to get enough tools in the discard to take this KO, and fortunately for us, we have a lot at our disposal here, because all we need to take the KO, 3 tools, I believe. Yes, 3 tools. So research these 2 away, and then we have reached that goal. Now, I can continue to Ultra Ball some of these tools just to make our life easier down the road. We've got Porygon2. Attach a Lightning Energy to our good pal Rotom. And we don't even need to buzz that generator. We should just scrap short, put 3 tools in the Lost Zone, and take ourselves the knockout on Regigigas. And now we get to draw another prize card. Lightning Energy, always good. See, we have our Electrodes ready to go, so if we should need them, but I don't think we do. Now, the thing to keep in mind, though, about Electrode is Buzz-Zap Generator only works on Lightning Pokemon, and Porygon is not one of those Pokemon. It is not a Lightning-type Pokemon. So, we need to be careful to put our Lightning Energy, spread them wisely, so we can attach for turn on Porygon 2. I really do like having Porygon in this deck, I will say. However, when Rotom V comes out over here in the West, I think that Porygon 2 and Porygon might just have to be sacrificed just to fit a 4-3 line of Rotom, because it might just be that much better. You can use your bosses more efficiently and just knock out what you want to knock out. Electrode is more efficient. I think the whole deck runs a bit better. And bosses orders bring it up to Lumineon, and that's going to be it from my opponent. Thankfully, we just drew an Air Balloon straight up, but we'll make it a little bit more, what's it called, suspenseful here. We'll put this Air Balloon on the Lumineon in a second, because we have 1, 2, 3 tools in the discard pile, so we're going to be able to use Rotom and take the KO. But I think I'm going to opt to attach this energy. And I don't want to research and get rid of all my Porygons. We're just going to retreat. We'll even go into our fancy little alt art Rotom here. And because we have 1, 2, 3 tools in the discard pile, we can scrap short and take a marvelous KO on this Regigigas, taking ourselves another prize card. And now I think it might just be too late for my opponent to make the comeback here. Worst comes to worst, we can force knock out our Electrodes and have them take prizes and rock sand them. We can do that as well, because they have 2 Regigigas gone. Which, you know what, makes me a happy camper for sure. They have their Regigigas in the discard pile. That's okay with me. They need to find now a way to find Regigigas. Oh, okay, they found the Regigigas, and they're just gonna electromagnetic sonar here. So the ball really is in our court for us to just continuously take knockouts. But hey, once you get set up, Rotom V really shines, because there's not too much you need to worry about. They're gonna grab that Stormy Mountains. This would be a great time to rock sand them if we could, but I don't think we were able to. So I don't know what else we should do. We can Tower of Darkness away the Tower of Darkness to draw some more cards. I don't want to research his hand away. That is really the kicker. So I think I'll just attach to Rotom V. We can even use Electrode's Electric Ball attack if we really wanted to, but it wouldn't really do us much good now, would it? So I think we kind of just have to wait. I don't know if we can take a knockout, though. If we don't... No, I'm going to play it safe. I'm just going to play it safe. I will not even quick ball away this Air Balloon. I'm just going to scrap short here. Do 40 damage. Because we got to find another tool to send to the Lost Zone, and we got to save an energy to put onto our Porygon when it is able to get into play. So we have a full bench right now, which really sucks, unless our opponent plays something like a collapsed stadium, but which they wouldn't, because they're Regis, or they force us to get rid of I don't know, a Pokemon or whatever, or they take a knockout, which is possible. They got their Regigigas on the bench. Now, Regigigas is scary, because Dragon Energy can take a straight KO, no damage mods needed. But they don't have the necessary energy in their discard pile, and it seems like they've really been whiffing supporters here, which is unfortunate for them. I mean, Reggie should be very efficient, unless their list is kind of just all over the place. I mean, they can Ancient Wisdom, put these energy on, and they can Electromagnetic Sonar all they want. As long as we find another tool, we can take this KO here. It really sucks Reggie like he's got 130 HP and not 120. It would make our lives a bunch easier. But they're going to grab a Scoop Up Net, so we know what they're getting, what they're going to do next turn. Oh, Single Strike Scroll of Scorn. Interesting. I'm glad I saved this Air Balloon, because now I can Ultra Ball, and we'll just grab Porygon out of the deck. We got Rock Sands, we got Energy, we got a lot to work with. So I think that's about it, right? We have the Energy, so I'll attach to Rotom, and I'm going to Quick Ball away this Articuno, and take another peek. We got Boss, Research, Double Rock Sand is really important, and Energy is really important. So we can Buzz-Zap Generators if we need to, but scrap short here. It's going to get rid of 2 of these, and boom, 120 damage. Just like that, easy peasy. I just realized I probably didn't have to get rid of 2. I probably only needed to get rid of 1, but that's okay. right? No, I did need to get rid of 2. Yes, I did. I did need to get rid of 2. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. My opponent now bringing Regigigas into the active spot. The thing is, do they have the Choice Belt? Oh, they don't need it because they have Powerful Colorless. Oh, okay. Yeah, they can just Powerful Colorless, use 2 of them to take a knockout on our Rotom V. Now, thankfully, can we take a return knockout? Who knows? They're going to Ancient Wisdom here. And we just need to take 2 more knockouts to win the game. Gigaton Break going to defeat our Rotom. 190 damage flat. So, pretty good math there. I mean, in this matchup, we're going to bring up Lumineon. And now, thankfully, we can get a Porygon down. We have Single Strike, Scroll of Scorn. And now this is where I want to say, do we wait? And like, do we sacrifice an Electrode? And send up the Rotom? I think we kind of just have to get rid of the Scroll of Piercing here. I mean, it's not really worth going into the Rotom, so I'm just going to retreat. Do we have any balloons left, though? I think so. Oh, in the law, we gotta check our loss. So I don't think we do. Never mind. We don't have any balloons left. So this is our last pivot option. I mean, that doesn't matter because we can just bring up Electrode and sacrifice it, let it get KO'd, and just instant charge here. We can draw some more cards, which is always good to see. We're looking for that energy. We found the Roxanne, though, and the Roxanne is really good if our opponent opts to knock out this Electrode. Basically, we just need to guarantee 2 more knockouts, which I think we can do, thanks to Porygon and Rotom staying on the field. Now, my opponent's going to scoop up their Regigigas. Interesting. Going into Regieleki, do they have the other Lightning-type energy? They do, in the form of the Aurora energy. So they can actually Targeted Bolt and knock something out on the bench, which can be an Electrode, can be our Porygon. That would really be devastating, but we can Roxanne them and find an energy to retreat our Electrode, hopefully. So I am not too worried about this. Regigigas can come through and power up their Regieleki. And they have to discard their Lightning Energy, though, if they opt to use Targeted Bolt. So, I mean, hey, they're going to target a Bolt, probably taking out our Porygon. Yeah, it's just what I figured, which is okay, because we can just utilize Roxanne here and bring up our Rotom. We found the energy, too, which is good. So we're going to put down Porygon. And now, I'll attach the Speed Lightning, draw some cards, and I think it's time to just Roxanne here. Just gonna Roxanne, yep. Roxanne my opponent to 2. And see what we can get here. We do get the Porygon 2, we get the EXP share, which is good. So I'll just retreat. How many tools do we have in the discard? 1. There's no way for us to get rid of these Scroll Scorns unless we knock out the Electrodes. So I'm just gonna pass on that. We'll attach. Oh, my opponent can snipe the Porygon, though. That really, really is unfortunate. So we're going to retreat, go into Rotom. And we'll attach these Scrolls of Scorn on the Electrodes in case they decide to knock those out. Or do we just do the Electrodes here? We can do 1 Electrode, but does that get us to KO? No, we need to do both Electrodes. Okay, so we're just going to scrap short here. I believe that's the right play. Do 80 damage. Man, the math is really, really tough in this matchup for sure, because we can't even use Choice Belt or anything to put the math in our favor. However, let's just see what my opponent decides to do. If they take out that Porygon, we're in a bit of a tight spot, I will say. We do have Boss, so the cards really do need to align, as they say. We need to be able to discard these Single Strike Scrolls, and if we want to take out Regieleki. But they're going to actually bring up our Electrode, and if they Targeted Bolt down something else, man, we are in a bit of a pickle. They can Targeted Bolt our Porygon if they so choose to, and then we'll have to knock out our Electrode unless we draw an energy in order to basically get a Pokemon back into the active and take another knockout potentially. See, I really should have attached these Scrolls of Scorn. See, but like I didn't know, you know, they're gonna Targeted Bolt, take out our Porygon, take their prize. We have 3 towers in the discard, so like realistically, what are the chances of us getting a tower to use, right? So Oh, that Pokemon has to be on the bench, so we can't even retreat it. Oh my gosh. We're in the Stormy Mountains here. We have energy, so we can still utilize like Rock Sand or Research. If we Research, we're basically done for. We have to kind of just Rock Sand here. I'm going to attach these Scrolls of Scorn. And I'm going to Rock Sand. I mean, my opponent's just going to get 2 cards. We need to find this energy, though. We do find the energy. I mean, of course we find the Tower of Darkness, right? Because why wouldn't we? But I think it is kind of just too, you know, it was a very close game, I will say. We can retreat this Electrode into a Voltorb. Treat this Electrode into a Rotom, sorry. We can Buzz Zap Generator and get a tool in the discard. Because we just need 1 tool, I believe, and we don't have... Oh, we do have the EXP share. Okay, so we can just Scrap Short. And 1 tool. Boom. Take our little knockout. And very, very close game from my opponent here. I think we just ran out of steam a little bit, and then targeting down our Porygons was really, really unfortunate, I will say. But it's important to lose games because, you know, then you learn from them. And my opponent can just take the big KO with Dragon Energy on the Regidrago here. Single prize matchups, very difficult for this deck. You really need to know your deck, and you need to get the right cards at the right times in order to really find success. Now, my opponent's got to use... Oh, they don't have any left. Oh my gosh, we might have just taken the win here. They can Irida. Can they find the Rod in order to get their Regilegis back in deck? Maybe all hope is not lost here. Maybe all hope is not lost. I mean, we'll have to use Electrode. Oh man, but do we have things left in the deck? We have the Boss, but can Boss get us a KO? They can get Regice. Oh man, this is really down to the wire here. I think them taking out our Porygons was really, really the mistake. I mean, it was really not good on our part. They can get Quick Ball, but they couldn't find the Rod, so maybe the Rod is prized. Unless they somehow... Oh, they have another Regidrago, so they might just end up benching that. But let's see what they do here. They're going to hammer in, do 60 damage, but I don't think we have any tools left. Let's take a look. We don't! Oh, man. We don't have any tools left. If we discarded the 2 tools, would we have won? No, okay, so it wasn't really possible for us to win unless we played like a tool scrapper or something. That's the only condition that would have let us win the game here. But very, very good game from my opponent. We can maybe even just stall them out a little bit and continue to scrap short. I think that's what we'll do. Actually, should we bring up the Regirock? Or what should we do? I don't want this Rotom V to sit here. I think we'll just bring up Regirock. Because anything can KO us at this point, even Regice. So we'll bring up Regirock here. And just scrap short. And do 40 damage. Now, we need to do 2 scrap shorts. And then use an Electrode's Buzz Zap Generator to take the KO here. And my opponent's just kind of thinning out their deck, grabbing another Regirock. But they don't have anything else they can do. If they don't find a Scoop Up Net next, or a switching card, next turn, they just lose the game. Which, hey man, we might be able to take the dub here. Very, very close game. And I really just I gotta see it through, you know? I gotta see it through and see what we can do. We got exactly 2 cards left in deck. So we have 2 turns to pull this off. And we might have to use Electrode now, because if we don't have cards in our deck, we can't use it. And but giving them the knockout, oh man, we need to use it. We don't have a choice. We need to use Buzz Zap Generator here. We know what's in our deck, so we need to give them that knockout. If the card is something they need, then we're done. However, we can't we can't take the knockout here. So I think we'll save that Single Strike Scroll of Scorn. And there's not much else we can do about that. Or should we just use it? Really, if they get a Scoop Up Net, it doesn't matter anyways. So we'll just do it. Why not? 80 damage. My opponent needs to find a switch. If they do not find a switch, if they find their Rod, whatever, we win the game with 1 card left in deck, exactly down to the wire. This is going to be a challenge for sure. And now let's see what my opponent has in their hand here. They do not have a Regigigas with Dragon's Horde to switch into even. So they can switch. Oh, they have the boss's orders. Oh no! But thankfully, we know our last card is Speed Lightning Energy. So we can attach the Speed Lightning, retreat, bring up Rotom, and use Scrap Short for the victory here. Extremely close game with my opponent. Our Choice Belt was prized, of course. That would have helped us. However, man, that was a good game. And Rotom came down to the wire. The live wire, get it? Because like electricity. Funny joke. But Rotom V came down to the wire and was able to pull out a victory. What do you think of my Rotom V deck? There are definitely a couple changes I would like to make, and I'm going to walk you through what I changed when preparing this list for this video. Originally, I had 4 air balloons in here. I absolutely want a 4th one again. I thought 3 would be better because it would give you more draw. That's what I switched out. But I think the 4th air balloon is very, very crucial because that's your only switching option, and it's still a tool card that you can discard from various means. Another card I would like in here is actually Tool Scrapper. In case you attach a card to one of your Pokemon in hopes that it gets knocked out, you can just kind of scrapper it away if your opponent refuses to knock out that Pokemon and power up your attack. So that might be a card worth looking into as well. I originally had Lumineon, then took up Lumineon and put the Lumineon back in. I think the Lumineon has a place in here because you can fish, quite literally, a Roxanne or a boss whenever you so please. The last card I think I want in here is a Manaphy. I don't know how I'm going to fit it in here, but I definitely want a Manaphy. It is, I think, is such an important card here. Might take it out from maybe the Articuno, but like I said, every card has a place in here. Maybe get rid of a Porygon 2 in favor of it. But every card has a place in this deck. Like, this list is like as close as you're going to get. The only thing you can change are your tools, but I think the tool count is very important. So yeah, that is my list. I think I'm just going to add a Manaphy and put an air balloon back in, taking out another single strike scroll. So I think that's kind of going to be my my list in total. I'll put the updated list in the description as I always do. And with all that said, thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed. Comment down below, what do you think of this list? Would you like, would you not like? What would you keep and what would you change? Subscribe to the Hitmonchanting channel. Never miss an upload. Tick that notification bell. I upload 2 videos a week about the Pokemon trading card game. And with all that said and done, Hitmonchanting out.